should probably be ready to pull that stream.
Hello and welcome to Rose's Identity V League Tourneyship. This is the Mentorship tourney, and this is the finals. We will have Chudlings versus Dominos. And yesterday, very close teams, very, very interesting games.
Yes, we had a lot of interesting plays, and I'd love to see, how everything that happened yesterday is expanded upon and altered today with, of course, our two finalists going against each other, the cream of the crop from this small tourney. And by the way, hello again to everyone who tuned in from day one. My name is Soren. I'm back.
And my name is Chai. And yeah, the VODs from the previous games are available on the YouTube.
Our game should be starting here shortly. However, we are still just waiting right now. With a bated breath, might I say. Our first survivor team will be the Chudlings. We are seeing Dominos Hunter first, who played in day one, known for playing Soul Weaver a lot. Got some pretty good games. And we are seeing a Perfumer Priestess Grave Prisoner for our very first comp.
Yeah, and no bans for first round, so very might well see that Soul Weaver come back.
Yes, in this first round, all bets are off, and everyone can just play their strongest characters without any fear for bans. The only concern really is counter picks.
It will be interesting to see this matchup against Soul Weaver. As a perfumer, you can perfume the chips, pretty good to rescue against, and as well as that perfumer buff, it might save a chip, if the Soul
And we
Weaver
are
doesn't
seeing
hit.
again.
Yeah, so pretty decent team comp. They have Priestess for that fast healing, which goes very well when you have a Bane Rescuer that is, and especially against a Soul Weaver, taking a lot of damage is not good, and being able to just heal up quicker is very, very good for the team in the long run.
And we are seeing some fairly standard builds from our survivors here. We have Tide on the Gravekeeper, Knee Jerk on the Priestess and Prisoner, and Flywheel on the Perfumer. I do imagine that our Soul Weaver will be carrying Blink for this game, as I believe that is what she carried before, and there's not really anything worth excitementing on this team comp.
Yeah, could potentially see a Warp. Warp is very, very good on Chinatown. It does save that time having to walk around all the buildings.
Yes, this map is quite maze-like, really.
Yeah. We don't see Perfumer spawning in the 2-story. Perhaps it would have been preferable for the Soul Weaver to spawn above. But yeah, she's pretty viable this map to
Yes.
utilize that drop down.
And as well, I mean, given the way that spawns played out, we are likely going to see a prisoner for our first chase. I do believe it was in game one that we did see a rather long kite from a prisoner against this very same Soul Weaver. So I wonder if she's perhaps traumatized.
Well, have you seen that Luca getting a little nervous? We'll have to see. Windows is very good for initial kite, as it'll be off cooldown, supposing that you don't use it immediately. And just helps to lengthen that kite right off the
And
bat.
we are seeing the Soul Weaver immediately head toward the prisoner who seems to be trying to hide.
Ooh, yep. This could have a really good
Uh,
payoff. Soul Weaver not using much web and does not see the prisoner, but still has tinnitus. But we might lose tinnitus as we're going over here and loop back around. But it seems Chinatown, ooh, it's just this entire building. It's very difficult to see. And we might just swap targets here. We do miss the initial swipe on the grave. Perhaps we just wanted that shovel out, which works. I mean, 20% is better than nothing. But we are not chasing the prisoner first, and we're just running towards the priestess here.
oh no.
Incredible web
I
usage,
do
able to get that
apologize. I
speed
am
up.
having some connection issues now.
It's okay. Wi-Fi not good in the morning, I suppose. Very quick down, unfortunately.
Yes, it needs to pick
Just
up.
unfortunately, the Soul Weaver is able to just reuse the webs and once again get the speed up to get the hit on the priestess. Unfortunately, her first portal was cancelled. But ciphers are perhaps a little bit below average. We do have one popped and then 2 people decoding. And with that prisoner decode buff, we will see a lot of value. Well lined up priestess portal, but it's just not enough with not blink being out in the first chase. And we do hit that chip on the gravekeeper, which is very unlike a very, very slow gravekeeper there. Something that you don't see with any other hunter is the incredibly slow animations. We might see a snipe here. I'd be very interested. Oh no, no snipe. But again, Gravekeeper likely not gonna come back for that rescue, but we could just see the use out of that shovel again, because it does not look like. Oh no, it does seem like the perfumer is coming to rescue. It'll be interesting to see how they choose to use their perfumes, because I don't know, maybe they'll perfume early to avoid a chip. Fully committing towards the perfumer now, and we don't make the rescue in time. Very good perfume though. Unfortunately, still
Quite
chipped.
unfortunate
So,
for our survivors.
mm,
Yes, we may see, especially now that the perfumer is at half health, we may be seeing the application of, yes, her buff as she tries to, and that's a terror shock.
yeah, unfortunately, not much to do. Once his palette is dropped, it's very difficult to transition. Kind of need a hunter to break a pallet or get a pallet stun to transition from an area like that, especially getting half health. Missing that flywheel on the spit could have worked out very well. But again, it's only like a 5-second cooldown. Well, about 7 seconds.
Now we have no last cipher really. The only cipher with progress this one is at 36, which is enough to get much good use out of. And with
We will
neither
be seeing
survivor
instant
decoding, I do
pressure.
feel a bit of a sticky situation.
Yeah, pretty difficult for the ciphers here. We are looking
However, the
at
grave does
a
get that
long
back
fight.
door.
Mm. On the shovel actually takes the chip hit there for the perfumer, and it is a full shovel. Oh, but we've got it out now.
The end of Grave's shovels.
we
And
oh, what even
we
happened there?
do see that the hunter did mistime the perfume rough
Yeah,
time
just
up.
about.
So,
Still doesn't make it to his palette,
and there
unfortunately.
she goes. And we still do not have a prime cipher, which means she is back on the chair and blasting off.
Oh, what it was after half, that is a really, really big setback. Yeah. Um, they do have
This game
that
is
is 2
looking
final
rather tough
ciphers.
for our survivors.
Yeah, very difficult here. The Gravekeeper's gonna spend a lot of time running to a Cypher with progress. We do still have Trump card, but again, can't really rescue around here, especially if that Grave goes down. But they could pull a Syringe to, I don't know, try set something up. But Prisoner did touch this
Yes, and
Cypher.
that might even be like
We do see the trail.
their only hope of getting any rescues might be something with a syringe, with the Grave having no shovel and the Prisoner going down quite quickly.
And we do unfortunately mistime the shock and cancel the attack recovery. This also means that there's no shock for a rebound if they do get chaired.
Yeah,
We do see traits up to warp, probably looking for any shaken ciphers, but again, they actually are probably the most cipher locked
Grave is
you could
not
be
on
on
the side right
Chinatown.
now. Yeah. But we do see the Violetta camping out and cocooning Prisoner, attempting to secure that 4K, not let our Grave get dungeon.
Yeah, that does mean that the prisoner would not be self-healing at all, just slowly dying away. But the Soul Weaver does know where the dungeon is, and it will be a while before the prisoner dies,
Yes.
which means we are going to see a lot of web set up. And this is a very, very scary situation. Oh my god, we're checking the locker next to
Oh,
them.
that. Hello. Oh my
What?
god. Hide it next to the locker, get this hunter to check
We
it,
do
and
miss the chip hit,
then
but
just run away.
oh my god. A very slow runaway as we were hit before taking the web, which means we'll just stay on there. We do take another web hit. Oh, and
Yeah, that is.
it's
That
down.
will be GG's on our first game. A 4 elimination from our lovely hunter.
Yeah, we might see that Soul Weaver banned next time. The other team they faced before was not
After a
particularly banning the
performance like
Soul Weaver.
that.
Very well performed by both sides. There was a lot of cipher progress. Just unfortunately, the rescues were not how just weren't ideal. We were getting them after half or just with chip damage. I'm starting to think like maybe it would have been better if the
Yes,
Gravekeeper
there
took
was a
that
lot of
chip.
unfortunate.
Perhaps a second chip would have been good for the Gravekeeper to get, and then he could heal the Grave on rescue.
I unfortunately do not have many thoughts on that game, and I was having a very hard time watching for most of it.
There's nothing I can do with connection issues.
I do apologize.
It's okay, we will still be seeing that Chinatown.
And in the time between games, yes, first of all, we are still on Chinatown until next game.
Yet this time, Howl's survivors, which are Dominos, will be going. I heard someone got Dominos last night.
As in the pizza?
Yeah! And now this team is getting Dominos, so I hope they eat something good, but personally, when I go to Domino's, I order pineapple on pizza.
I can't say I disrespect it.
Oh, wait, do you like pineapple on pizza?
I too am a heathen, don't worry.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's how we'll celebrate commentating.
I suppose. Once everything is said and done, all of our lovely contestants will be getting pizza with pineapple on it, apparently.
Yeah, here we go. Only to the winning team.
Of course, that is the reward. However, we will be seeing now the Chudlings hunter who played Percy, Bane, and Anne yesterday, so I wonder if we'll be seeing any of those picks come out.
Yeah, and first game, no bans allowed. Be interesting to see what they pick, because I feel like this hunter actually does have an extended roster. Unlike a couple of the other hunters that we've seen, we have seen the other hunter that faced this team last game consistently trying to play Soul Weaver, and then before that we had Ghost Station's team playing Joseph quite a few times. But again, be very interesting to see this play out, especially because
Yes.
Chinatown is generally a hunter-sided map, so the chance of a 4K probably a bit higher than any other map. Just very close hiding spots. Not too good for transitioning to a different area as well. And those buildings are making it difficult for survivors to get to the chair on time as well, which is probably a big factor going into that. As you know, that grave did have to come around from that side rather than going straight to it.
Yes, so we will be seeing a meteorologist, journalist, mechanic, and gardener, another quite balanced team comp where we have a rescuer with their decoding debuff balanced out by a decoder to, um, make up for their shortcomings.
Yeah,
And it seems like we will be seeing 2 tides and a full kite on the mechanic, or even 3 tides, of course, with journalist here, uh, going only by build names.
yeah, Meteor with Tide, pretty good. I mean, Meteor is a solid character. I will say this team comp pretty good into a Percy or uh, well, any character that requires swapping, as well as Bane. Believe Meteor can heal chips, which will be very beneficial for survivors.
Yes. Being able to heal those chips from hooks would be quite pivotal with helping to offset gamekeeper's later game camp where people can be rendered unable to rescue much easier than normal.
Yeah, very well. Predominantly characters that require being careful when hitting them. We do have that Gardener with the bubble, the mech with bot. Honestly, very good team comp into Percy as well. Journalist, kind of you can just place
Oh,
Orphe
but we will be
at a
seeing the
pallet.
gamekeeper.
Oh yeah, I mean, okay, fair enough.
All right, and we will now be seeing where our survivors pick to spawn. We are once again seeing a rescuer in the middle. Um,
Still deciding on that last survivor where we want to put them. Often we do see 3 down the middle, and then depending on the survivor, often the coder will spawn bottom right or middle right, because generally they want to use that 2-story as it's very good to loop. Especially with full kite, you can definitely loop for a very long time there.
and we did
Just
see our
waste a lot of
gamekeeper
time.
have a bit of a hard time deliberating where to spawn there, but ultimately did pick that middle right spawn, giving him quick access to really all 4 survivors, but I imagine he will want to chase the mechanic, as it seems that for the most part our hunters have been quite intent on stopping that cipher rush.
Yeah, and Bane really struggles with pressuring ciphers. You would have to have very successful rescues to quickly move on to the next chase. But very good at getting spread damage, so in the late game, it's easier to pressure ciphers or really like take down those resources.
Hmm. Well, the game will be starting here momentarily, so we will
Yeah.
see if our speculation ends up being correct, what becomes of this game.
Yeah, the thing is though, once Bane does get to that area that the mech spawned in, if the mech does choose to stay there, it's very likely we'll see Bane traps around that, and it's very risky and
Hmm.
almost a guaranteed hit if you do get caught in a Bane trap there, especially if
Yes,
they're mid chase, which could be very, very bad. We don't
we
spawn
are in
up.
fact
We
seeing
are dropping
we are
bot.
seeing an instant drop from the bot, and Mech does walk by the window. Gamekeeper does not seem to react quickly enough to get a cheeky hook there.
We probably will see George here and take that free presence. Yep. But this does
Yes.
give the bot back to Mech for a body block. And it's not as if the hunter is bringing insolence, so loss of rebound for later.
Uh, and we see the mech waiting for the hunter to approach to drop down. And now we're kiting. Oh, that
Oh.
made me sick. Um,
I am so glad to not
yes.
be going against Bane right now. I despise the hook.
Uh-huh.
Especially on
And
Chinatown, Bane can hook over basically anything on this map.
yes, and I was going to say this area is not very good for kiting Bane. These low walls, he can still hook you over. And we do see the mech going down for that.
Yeah, unfortunately, even with that window boost away from the vault after taking it, which does help to make up for slow vaulting that mech has just by default. Unfortunately, one of our many debuffs. Jesus. Um,
Hmm.
but we do see the journalist right here. We are stalling chair time, which is really good, and it kind of transforms this kite into a bit more of a
And
three-stepper kite. We do, we
and
do
we do
see
see
body
that
block.
Orphe body block with the hook, letting the journalist get that rescue off much, and we see the blink come out.
And I believe that was a rescue Orphe, so we do not
Yes.
have any rescue Orphe for the rest of the match. And we are getting full presence by still using the abilities and keeping that mech close.
Fortunately for our survivors, this is not basement. I don't know if our gamekeeper would take it if it was there, given this is the mechanic's second chair already. Um, and we did just see a trait swap to warp, I believe.
When the gardener does break down that chair, and a lot of struggle from the mech, but it's just not enough.
Unfortunate, even as the gamekeeper does wander a little bit to decide what chair to put her on. Struggle timer is just not enough.
We do have a
However,
Cypher relatively close by here, and we are waiting that time still. Still a lot of time before, oh, and barely missed the
and
TS.
that is our second tied use for helping this mech off chair again. With Hook on cooldown, that lineup couldn't happen, but and we do. Oh, we see a pallet stun as punishment for that missed hook.
Very, very good.
And
Missing the hook puts it right back
yes,
to cooldown.
unfortunately, CP overestimated the distance.
Blink is not quite up yet, and this chair is in fact broken. Will not be focusing on the chair, just might have not even seen the gardener, to be honest. And we are slightly mind gaming
Oh,
the pallet, but does not work out for the mech getting that pallet stun. But the
and we
Bane
do
will.
see a trap being dropped to flush out the mech from this area. If she can survive a little bit longer, she will last until Prime. However, that we do see a bot body block to buy herself that little bit more time, and that
Very,
will
very
be
good
enough to
bot
make it
body
to
block,
Prime.
but we do not have
Um,
BT, so the pop does not matter.
yes. It seems that it's happened quite a bit this tourney, where survivors seem to forget about no BT and do some unfortunate pops.
Yeah, we are though we are seeing the survivors with no BT make it to endgame, so perhaps hunters are struggling chasing with
With
full
these
kite
full kite
survivors.
builds.
And we do see
And we are
warps
seeing
on the
that
gate
warp to gate.
close.
Nobody is
The
there, and the gate is
Midas.
open. So that seems to be, yes, that is a 3 escape from our lovely Dominos survivors. Which,
Very, very well played from the survivors. That double tie definitely gave a lot of time. Just a bunch of
yes.
free 20 seconds decoding. Very, very beneficial. And the bot body block helping the survivors get more time away, more time to go open that gate. Unfortunately, the warp close by, that is then trait gone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, not having TC
As we
here.
move into round two, the score is 8 points to the Dominos and 1 point to the Chudlings. So a bit of an uphill climb for them, but it is still anyone's game.
Definitely a lot of opportunities to come back. We will have 2 more games. we are just taking a little short time to get the matches set up and getting the map picks from the teams.
I do wonder what kind of changes in the dynamic we will see with the inclusion of now banned characters and a banned map in Chinatown, as there's no allowed to repeat maps. We will not be seeing any characters that we have seen from our previous matches, and now we will see bans from the survivors and hunters.
Yeah, and I am curious. I am curious if we are ever going to see that Night Watch this tournament. Seems that the A badge, unlike the Soul Weaver A badge, which has been consistently playing Soul Weaver, we have not seen the X A badge Night Watch touch any Night Watch. Perhaps
Maybe
just not confident anymore, and there might be some time has passed, or maybe we're here to learn playing new hunters.
And that is the point of this tournament, ultimately. To learn new things, that is. I, however, would personally be excited to see that Night Watch in Tourney, as I am a pretty big fan of the character, and I am an XA Night Watch myself.
I am a big Night Watch fan as well. I would really love to meet Seikõ.
Yes. We will be seeing the Dominos survivors again first for round 2, and the Chudlings hunter. So we will see if that gamekeeper will come out again, if he will get banned, or if we will see him play somebody else instead. Maybe even that Night Watch.
We do have an ominous third commentator that I've just realized is in fact here.
He is lurking.
If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, your name, what you're excited to see.
Or are you just gonna, sit in the background and like twiddle your
Ominously
thumbs?
watch. Okay, 1 second. Apparently, we'll have to give a little time to that.
I do apologize for laughing.
No, I'm laughing as well. Just on mute.
All right, hello everybody.
There he is.
I'm Verge. I will be the third commentator for today.
And we're happy to have you.
Oh,
Very
thank
happy
you.
to have you. It'd be very nice to have our hunter here present as well.
Perhaps.
So has all the rounds been pretty nice so far?
Very good gameplay. They do know what they're supposed to be doing. We're not seeing like unreasonable. We haven't seen any cells as well. It doesn't mean First Kite has been doing pretty well.
Oh, Any interesting picks so far?
As far as survivor picks, I feel as though a lot have been actually quite safe. We haven't seen any uncommon characters, but for hunter picks, there have been a number of off-meta choices.
Honestly, I love that.
Now, I do agree
I don't
that
know.
the spice of a tournament is in the niche picks.
I'm saying, like sometimes we just gotta give the non-meta hunter some love.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still thinking about that pineapple on pizza.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, we've had interesting food picks, I guess.
Food picks.
More interesting
What?
food picks than hunter picks, it would seem. Or not, survivor picks, that is.
Oh, that is true. I guess we're just waiting on our hunter really quick.
Yes. It would seem the team being burdened with map choice is also having a hard time to
I
pick a
see.
new map.
Well, I guess while we're waiting, are we expecting? Do we think we're expecting meta on this map? Because Chinatown is a pretty. Oh, never mind.
Oh, red
We're
shirt.
switching to red shirt. Okay. Do we think we're expecting anything meta on this map?
We haven't seen any meta hunters being played this tourney. We have seen one team, I believe Peewylings was banning Goatman and something else. We are, I mean, I would always be scared of Goatman no matter what tier I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
The Goatman wouldn't be very well. I don't know how he does on this map. I wouldn't say it's a good Goatman map though. But Chinatown definitely pretty good for Goatman. Same sort of thing as Ever Sleeping. You can put those dead cages and the pallets are pretty easy to lock off. But yeah, I'm not sure we'd be seeing any Goatman gameplay. Again, most of these hunters can play in the sort of low to barely mid-tier rank on, like non-meta hunters.
We are seeing the hunters banned a priestess.
Oh, Priestess. Priestess band is actually really interesting, especially for a map like Red Church. But
Yes,
I guess we really want to get rid of that support.
Maps. We see Disciple and Smiley Face bans. Of course, those are fairly uncommon. Those are the kind of bans that get your rank randoms to start screaming at you in pre-match.
There's the bans that get an Alicorn!
Oh, Alicorn, I got that in pick tier.
It never escapes you, it would seem.
People still can't kite, and I don't know, like, are we too scared of just bringing windows, or, but definitely, I hate Smiley in any tier. I actually ban Smiley sometimes, just when I'm a little bit mad and upset.
Very real.
Yeah.
As for
we will be seeing
Survivor
that barmaid and puppeteer. We really love that. Those are some pretty tanky support, honestly.
Mm-hmm. We do have 3 characters known for taking hits.
Yeah, again, a lot of survivability based. I guess it's easier to have someone else take the hit for you than kite out yourself if you're not too confident kiting.
This poor Survivor team is catching a lot of strays, I fear.
No. I'm just saying, like, it's safe. And also prevents that damage. Yeah, definitely, probably did not.
Oh, we are seeing the Soul Weaver. That is
Soul
quite
Weaver.
interesting, actually, given... Okay. Oh, never mind. We are seeing the Night Watch.
Will we see Night Watch? Oh, it's easy to pick in time.
That is quite unfortunate.
Not again, bro.
Why is the build named Yowie?
I'm here for it. I mean, anyways. But yeah, Priestess ban combined with Barmaid being picked might deliberately just be a counter pick. And then we do have Puppeteer to heal chips against a chip hunter. We will see what we're going to do about potentially this hunter not lucking in quick enough.
Yes, and I do believe that we are going to simply roll with this unless this was a game crash. It seems that
never mind. We will
be restarting. Of course, everything will be the same, save for, of course, giving our hunter the chance to pick his desired character.
Yeah, unfortunately, game 2 is cursed.
It does happen very frequently, unfortunately.
Game 2 is literally cursed.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
Is it funny?
Is it?
Funny.
Is it really funny?
It is funny.
You know what's funny? Your love for tacos.
Uh,
All
okay,
right.
so do you want to talk about that love for milk you have?
No.
I'm sensing some vitriol in the commentators booth tonight.
Anyways,
We will be
So
seeing all of the same picks and bans as before, save of course for as opposed to the default pick. However, we will be seeing that Night Watch once again. I am quite excited to see that gameplay.
Yeah,
I would
again.
have loved seeing that Leo gameplay too, but it's okay.
Yes,
Yeah, I mean,
however,
they played Leo and Koa actually. I think last night. I think it was a 3 escape though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oof.
I looked at the end game and I'm pretty sure it was a 3 escape.
Well, and this is why we don't play Leo. Actually,
I mean,
no. Wait.
I don't even own
We
Leo.
need
So.
Patroller Leo. We need Patroller Leo.
Oh my god, not Patroller Leo, bro. That's like Patroller Reptilian.
If I went against a Patroller Leo, I think I would just surrender, actually.
I think I would my entire team would just die as a snowball from my bad kite. We wouldn't even make to surrender.
Yep. So we're gonna see the same bans and picks right now, and it appears that our hunter might be playing that Night Watch, and Night Watch is a very tie hunter. I would say he's the most tiest hunter of them all. But I think he can cook in Red Church.
Yeah, on Red Church, the walls are very high. There isn't actually an area without that many walls. I can only think of like 2, and that would be garden and next to cottage.
And it seems we are going to want to protect that barmaid.
We are seeing 2 tide turners in this team comp on the puppeteer and the coordinator, and then flywheel for the professor and knee jerk for the barmaid. And Nightwatch as a character with not much capacity for pressure might actually be hurt pretty bad by those 2 tide turners if they both see use in this game. Those 20 seconds will be quite vital for the survivors to decode, and he can't really do much to stop it.
Yeah, so this is very tight compy, I would say. If this Nightwatch wants to play it safe, he could just go for the puppet. Yes, and that is also removing one of the tide turners, but if he really wants to get some of that presence, he could really just farm off of that puppet.
I am curious to see the hunter's build here. I wonder if we will be carrying warp just to pressure a team like this. But again, any hits can just get healed by the barmaid, and the barmaid is placed in the middle. It's very accessible. The barmaid also very good for helping somebody like a puppeteer rebound. Say they do get away from the hunter after being first chase. You don't spend a lot of time healing him. I believe literally can just take the drink.
Yes, no, Puppeteer and Barmaid do synergize quite well, being able to circumvent his bad heal speed.
Yeah.
We are seeing the Green Man of Avalon skin. I used to use this.
Oh, and the Zeta accessory. Very, very cute accessory. I would have loved to see a fluffy tail Nightwatch. I'm missing him right now. I'm gonna stare at him after this. Very cute skins that come out recently. We are going for the cord. Kind of pretty okay for chasing first, but I believe cord has an extended vaulting speed, and we might see an early gun here. But they do make that pallet, just depending to see what we're gonna do now.
He did break that pallet despite Windwalk still being active, so he is, I guess. And we do see that gun. So that is coordinator's single resource off the board for the rest of the game.
They don't want to risk that excitement, because that excitement would really hurt if they were able to use it.
Yeah, excitement is not up yet, so we do not mind getting the pallet correctly and get stuck outside of it, unfortunately, and do take the hit.
However, as a trade, we do see the okay. We see the blink come out, and it does
Okay.
successfully result in a down, even if it did take a second longer.
I was having exploit flashback for a second. I will
No,
say.
yeah, that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
However,
so this
I
is
would.
the average, I would say.
Yeah, pretty good
I would say
kite.
that.
It does get rid of one of the tie turners, but it's still very tieable if the survivors play their cards right.
Yes, especially given our first three ciphers are going to pop here soon, but it would seem the puppeteer did go in early, leave his cipher quite high, so someone else will have to come pick that up and finish it. A good Lewis, very well timed, but we do see the wall get hit as opposed to the coordinator, but she does go down shortly thereafter, and we do see some wind
Do you
being
wonder
used
we're
to
gonna
keep
hit
up
for
the
full
chase.
press? Oh, we don't
He
get
did
the
miss
hit.
the swing, but we do see the attempt made at least.
We do not
We
get
are
another
just
hit
letting
for
that
press,
puppet
unfortunately.
go away.
Well, that was
And he
technically
can rescue again, given he only has one chip and he has scale at his disposal.
seems like honestly, if I'm the survivors, we could honestly just sell this if I could be honest.
Yeah, if you do want to go for that tie, potentially very sellable, but
But
there
we
is a
are
lot of
sending in a
resources to
professor.
use, especially rechargeable abilities like this professor.
We
Doing a good
do
job of
not see the
making sure.
scale.
They might want to.
That is unfortunate.
That is a hitbox.
One of the hitboxes ever. We did see the attempt for a scale from the professor. However, the Night Watch did slip by him and render it obsolete. And we will see him going down here shortly with nothing to kite with and being out in the open.
But that last cipher is already halfway done. It's the cipher rush has really been
But there
on the
is a
rise.
turn
with
last
survivors.
cipher, and we do have trait. Potentially, an abnormal heal would break the game actually, and we'd see perhaps a win. We are not.
Yes, and we do have a trump card on that Night Watch. We do see while he is chasing the puppeteer around the cipher, we do see that rescue happen.
And barmaid's already healing him with that drink, which is the best move because if they didn't have a barmaid anyways, that they would be in a really tough spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does look they are trying to pressure this cipher. It is 77 though. I believe accelerated coding is here, so it would be easy to start a new cipher, especially because the only person that isn't first chair is that professor, which is far away.
Thanks to that drink from the barmaid, we do have 2 full health players, so we can. I imagine we will see the barmaid try and stall out this chair as long as possible to buy decoding time and then come in for the rescue. And the Night Watch does seem to be playing a little bit scared, waiting at chair for her to approach as opposed to approach. And we see a chair hit. Quite unfortunate. And then the body block, which buys time for a puppeteer to get to a stronger kiting area and hopefully survive until prime.
But we are going to be pressuring that cipher.
Switch the barmaid.
Yes,
and
we really want
to messed up dash, unfortunately.
Is stuck between survivors now, doesn't have someone currently on the chair, so and the ciphers aren't far enough to pop right now, but both of them are being pressured. Very difficult situation. Either one or the other will be primed, and they do all have BT. That scale is up as well.
And there is the pop.
Now that TS could the whole game if the cipher was in prime.
And we do quick trump card, switch a teleport to get to that gate and hopefully salvage this game. We do see that good Lewis once again from our puppeteer, and our Night Watch gets stuck on some benches.
Yeah, and the barmaid doesn't seem to be running away immediately. Kind of wants to pressure this gate, which I don't know if that was my teammate. I'm pinging Yo-Yo.
And we do see her vaults toward the Night Watch.
Does try to take the speed drink, but it's already too late. This does take pressure off from the other gate though, and we do not have that trait as it's just been used, but we are chairing closer to middle.
It would seem one of our commentators is vibrating for some reason.
Yeah.
But that is going to be a tie game. 2 points to both teams and we see the emote.
Pretty cute emote. Very well played from survivors. Again, no one with a decode debuff. I believe no one with a decode debuff. I don't know if Commentator has one. But
yeah,
Ford.
that was a good match from everybody though.
Yeah, but the court was getting chased, so didn't really see much from the decode debuff. That is the thing with chasing rescuer. They will have normal decoding speed for those other surfaces to pop. Yeah, but very well played. We're definitely able to get to the end game pretty fast. They did make the good game choice of decoding another cipher, which definitely helped.
Yes, put that Night Watch on the back foot, unable to, put them in a bad situation because they had two ciphers that they could work on. And we do see the negative effects of Night Watch's mediocre map pressure, especially because there was no warp that we mentioned. We said saw a blink teleport trump card build, so.
Yeah, it's really hard for Night Watch to even do something when he's not he was on the ciphers pressuring it, but once the fast decoding came, those survivors could have just got that cipher really done fast, and it's really hard to pressure as Night Watch.
Yes, the TIE Hunter is TIE Huntering.
Yeah, Night Watch does rely on getting those charges a lot, and it's very limited to the cooldown, but also there was a lot of time spent just trying to hit that puppeteer and hit almost every puppet, and let that rescue go away for free. But it is one or the other in that situation. We are seeing the Night Watch going into that team comp not work out ideally. Definitely made it more difficult.
I suppose that explains why, despite our own opinions on the character, we perhaps didn't see him until now. However, now we are once again seeing the Dominos Hunter, known for their Soul Weaver, against the Chudling survivors.
Are we gonna ban it though? Is my question.
Yeah.
After the 4 elimination in the first game, I would not be shocked if we are a little scared.
Yeah, I do wonder because the Soul Weaver actually has 4K as well. They did 4K in the previous games. But we'll see a night ban, which is pretty interesting.
It's understandable. And we are seeing that Soul Weaver get banned. We'll have to see something else from our lovely hunter.
And I do wonder, I can't really recall what this hunter has played other than Soul Weaver.
I don't think they ever banned the Soul Weaver in their first set. So
yeah, I think maybe
I don't know if we have seen a different character.
But I don't remember actually. And I'm not too sure on this hunter's roster. It'll be interesting to see what they pick.
We are seeing Enchantress, Lanternist, Matador, and Magician, 2 of the newest characters seeing use in the same game.
Yeah, true.
Yes, and this team is actually pretty cipher rushable. Because not many of them really have any cipher debuffs, so
we're not seeing a lot of main rescuers.
Maybe it's one. Maybe this is a new strategy, honestly, and I'm here for it.
You weren't here for it earlier.
Well. Okay, listen. I'm here now.
Was that sleep good?
No, I was just busy with something.
Okay.
It just took me a little bit longer.
Yeah, but...
Oh, the Gamekeeper? Quite interesting.
Oh, wait, I'm actually really excited.
Yeah. I mean, for low tier, generally, I mean, Bane is just a very good character, a very good chase, and a lot of potentials for chair camp. Definitely traps help with chase as well and forcing to transition. I wonder what we're kind of gonna see here. I wonder if we'll get like a Peeper's Bane or a Warp Bane. Especially on Red Church, I feel like Peepers is very, very viable on this map. Definitely helps with survivors trying to loop around the tall walls. And Bane does like having very straight walls, or at least not a lot of objects. And Red Church does have that sort of thing, just not short walls, but short as in like vertical height.
Yes, most of the walls on this map are quite tall, with very few exceptions, so we may not see as many hooks over obstacles. I imagine we might see a few through windows, especially around, church in the middle of the map.
Yes, I'm surprised to see that we do have a tied lanternist.
Oh, yeah, we do actually. We don't have double tie, but we do have tie on a lanternist, which generally you would see on a magician in this type of team comp, as a lanternist prefers having that flywheel.
Yes, synergizes with her natural build quite well, but instead, perhaps this has to do with her ability to pause the chair timer. However, of course, that is a universal ability, so it is interesting to see that they chose to put it on the lanternist as opposed to anyone else.
Yeah, and lanternist does have the freeze frame run out quicker closer to a chair, which generally is why you would use it on the chair timer itself instead. But it does help getting past Bane initially to avoid a chip immediately, and enough time for that Bane to get hooked back before you rescue.
And
Oh,
an
you're
immediate
gonna miss that
mishook as we
first.
chase the Matador.
Yeah, that hook is on cooldown. Walls are not broken here. Not particularly much you can do being first chase in this area, but we did immediately move from gardens, which, in my opinion, very good
Ooh, the
to do
pallet
so.
stone.
As Bane will just hook you over those. That is one of the areas that we mentioned.
We are seeing a
with short
trap
walls.
placed.
Yeah, great start for this Hernando right here.
Another trap in here to prevent the loop, giving him very few options, and he will just take that trap. And that is a pallet
Oh wait, he
stun.
was in that? I didn't even know. I didn't
I
even think he was in that.
suppose.
A
I
lot
don't
of
really
stun
agree
recovery
either.
on this Bane, and like,
And
is it
unfortunately,
just
we
like
don't
raw?
quite get that cape off properly.
Yeah, unfortunate kite. The ciphers are looking a bit lower, but potential for a tie is possible depending on how these rescues go. And with this chair being not entirely in the open, it is very possible for someone to sneak by. And I do see the Enchantress moving, probably to a new cipher. They could be considering a sell here, but it does look like the Enchantress is coming in.
Ooh, this
Chair
is
Unfortunately,
timer
that
is
scary.
tie,
very close.
the hook on the chair, and we do see that freeze frame to help buy a little more time to prevent a terror shock, and the cape forcing the pallet break gives the Matador some time to transition back somewhere else.
Yeah, we are trying to break line of sight here, but that hook is
Fortunately, we do
rechargeable and
see
does
that
come
hook
back.
right as tide runs out too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so maybe it was best to just take the tide and go die somewhere else, like in a corner.
Yes, now we are right by where the Enchantress was decoding, which is quite unfortunate.
yeah, but Enchantress would be our next rescuer, as that magician is kind of far out, and this Bane does have max sadist, so the initial kite being not as long as you'd want. Ideally, a 3 cipher is the best way to start off a 4-man endgame.
You will possibly see that Enchantress support though. And Enchantress can actually help this Matador a lot actually. She has 2 stuns, a 3 stack actually.
Yeah, I wonder, are we just gonna hit the
Oh,
Bane?
oh,
We don't use
oh,
stuns for
okay.
ourselves, but this
we are
does give
going
the
to
opportunity
go
for the Matador
down.
to run.
Oh, we are gonna switch targets though.
We are leaving. The Matador is touching that Cypher nearby, which is pretty risky. Oh,
Oh,
We
we
are
are gonna
seeing
see a
a
pause.
pause. Supposedly the Matador is having some ping issues, which we want to get sorted.
we'll give our survivors some time, check out what's going on.
So what's everyone's thoughts on this game so far? What kind of outcomes are we predicting?
I think this is tieable. Or well, I mean, it honestly depends. If this gamekeeper can find the Matador, then he can easily tie. But if he lets this Matador get away, that it will not be good for this gamekeeper, and he'll probably get 3 escapes. But so I'm really hoping he finds him before that.
Yes.
Yeah,
However, this Dominos did have a very strong first round to put them in a very big point lead. So I do imagine that they aren't feeling quite so much pressure. Even just a tie will keep the scores even with a 7 point lead, I believe, if they do tie again for Team Dominoes.
yeah, I am really curious how this match is going to play out because they do have the last two ciphers, but Bane's still holding on to that trump card. We still have Blink potentially. I'm curious if we'll get a trait swap. And there's a lot of damage on the team currently, but if they choose to, I mean, they potentially could sell this Enchantress and heal up both their teammates. But that Enchantress does have a 4-stack, so I think we are going to risk having the Magician go in, and at that point, the entire team would be damaged, assuming that the Bane doesn't give a free rescue right now. But the Bane is kind of in between, off the chair, and probably looking around for Tinnitus. They did check middle to see where the Matador might have run off to.
Yeah, this team is very focused on pressuring those ciphers and getting them done rather than resetting by healing and everything. And I'm really hoping to see how that plays out.
All right, and the game will be starting up again here in a moment.
We are still choosing to run here. We do get the Tinnitus. We do see that trail. Seems like we
going for
are
that Matador.
committing. Curious if that is the Matador here, because we haven't seen line of sight yet.
It is the Matador.
This does allow for the free rescue. The Bane knows.
Another failed cape, unfortunately. I do think he was predicting that hook would hit, and then it simply didn't.
Yeah, unfortunately, that Bane just preferred banging it onto the wall there.
But this Matador will be eliminated from the game, so
We do
now
see the
this
Enchantress get
gamekeeper,
off chair and get healed.
yes. Ooh, which
Very
means
beneficial getting the heal off. Does help for pressuring the ciphers. They have left a cipher 99. I guess that was like the. I guess we were considering our options, but this does leave the last cipher close to the hunter, and it's currently getting pressured.
We do see that decoy to allow the Magician to get away from the hook.
Yeah, and we are not running to cottage, which fair choice. Spain does have traps, and going to cottage would be quite difficult.
That
wait,
was
did that hit?
an upsetting hook.
I'm rolling on the floor in despair.
Yep, this is what happened. That's what happens to me with my luck.
That cipher did get pushed a little bit, but they already started another cipher early. Seeing a similar game choice to the previous round,
wait.
we are deciding to start a new cipher.
They're 3 cipher.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yes, having these two ciphers on either end of the map is definitely putting some pressure on the gamekeeper, as he cannot,
Yeah, that cipher will get
traverse
primed.
the map quickly enough.
We will pop that. if they do not choose to pop, they could have popped earlier, and you kind of get in this scenario where against an Enchantress, she can just pop in your face and stun. And also this Bane
Yes.
here could put traps on the Cypher, but it seems like we're choosing not to do that. Very interesting situation, because now they just have two Cyphers primed. Does not particularly matter what happens. But we do see an abnormal swap. Oh, but it does not.
But we do have that other prime Cypher.
Very risky pop. I don't know if I would pop there. Maybe there was a little bit out of excitement for the abnormal on the Cypher that they don't really care about now.
Enchantress does have 5 stacks.
The flywheel, nice. Into the long stun. Gives the Enchantress a lot of time to get away.
Yeah, very good position for the survivors right now. They are able to lock in that high. I do wonder where the dungeon is, because it does not seem to be close.
Oh my god,
looks like
the dungeon was here.
Graveyard.
Both gates are opened, however, so.
Do you still have that stun?
And that stun to cancel the hook puts it back on cooldown.
Incredible stun, but we still do get the stun. The down, sorry, hello? There is relatively not enough pallets in this area to stick out a kite like that, but the first kite, definitely a rebound from the first kite. It was very winnable for the hunter there. And just unfortunately, not much to do about the Cyphers.
Pretty good draw, I would say.
Yeah, both teams played really well there.
I got a little worried when they switched targets from that Matador, but it's okay if we found him.
Yeah, that's true. The Matador did choose to stay in a relatively close by area, especially when you're dead on Cherry and you're not full health. It is kind of risky to be there. But yeah, we did see a hold on to that trait swap, and unfortunately didn't get value out of it.
Yeah, those ciphers were just way too high. The cipher rush was honestly insane.
That is a common complaint among hunters, that cipher rush tends to be difficult to combat. You are hunters.
I am hunters, and I'm complaining about cipher rush, but I just don't play meta, which deals with ciphers really well. So, yeah.
I concur.
And unfortunately, every time in my matches, there's like a barmaid or something, and I just keel.
Wait, it appears we have a winner.
It seems we do not need a third round with the dominating performance from Dominos in the first round and the 2 ties keeping the score even in the second. We officially have the Dominos coming out on top as our winners, I believe.
I mean, honestly, Dominos did do a really good job. Their survivors and Hunter, they played really well, but the other team also put up a pretty good fight, I would say.
Yes, of course, they did. Really, they did not make it easy with those ties and almost that 3 escape at the end there. If the Enchantress had managed, if Dungeon had been there, it could have been a different game. We could be having a round 3.
Yes, and that wasn't Enchantress, so that Enchantress could have gotten that dungeon, but unfortunately, luck just isn't on our side today.
Yes, quite unfortunate for the Chudlings, however. Congratulations to Team Domino, and I hope that everyone who participated had fun and learned something from this, because of course that was the goal. This was a for fun tournament to help some of our lower tier players get some experience.
Yeah, I really hope both factions benefited from this performance as well. It was very, very good to see, and I hope people had a lot of fun with teamworking and getting to know other survivors that they might not be familiar with.
Yes, I would really say this is pretty good practice for any future opportunities that they want to be in, maybe any possibly future tournaments, and knowing all of these new tactics and everything could really help them get far.
Mhm.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe we'll see some of them in the peak tier tournament. Huh?
Ooh, maybe.
If any of them manage to climb that fast after this journey, I would be impressed.
I just wanted to pop in and say congratulations to Dominos, and that me and Verge have a couple things to say about our upcoming peak tier tournament since you guys mentioned that. So our peak tier tournament will be held in a couple months. We'll send out registration for that. We are going to hold up to 16 teams, which is a bunch. And then we are also looking for more people to help staff. Since this will only be our third tournament, and our second one, we still have had issues, but we want to make sure our peak tier one goes as smooth as possible. And
Send out a
go
we will
ahead.
send out a mod. We will send out a mod application for anybody who is interested in helping.
Yes, we definitely will. I just want to say thank you to everyone who has contributed to our mentorship tourney. Definitely all the students who have learned a lot from, and I was definitely happy to see all the growth from everybody. I want to thank you to our commentators, Soren, Chai, and Verge, and Eden for making these PNGs for us, except for the little tiny one on the shoulder of Soren. And then I wanted to say thank you to Dolly, our wonderful graphic designer who made the overlays for our stream. Thank you everyone for watching, and we hope we can see you in our peak tier 1 in a couple months.
Bye.
Yep.
Bye guys.
Bye bye, everybody. See you next time.